What's cooking, Geek Squad? It's your boy Evan. Here for a more serious video today. Not like not like serious, but it's gonna be an actual topic. I'm gonna be showing off my record collection to flex on all y'all. Let's go. Here's my record collection. So I guess what I'm gonna do is just like show you each record, tell you what it is, tell you who it's by, give you a little rundown, so to speak. So let's let's get to it. The first record that I'm showing off because it was the one I listened to most recently. This is To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar. A lot of people say it's his best album. Damn used to be my favorite. I used to think that Damn was better, and I actually I have Damn in here somewhere, but no, now I prefer To Pimp a Butterfly. And it's like it's a really good album. Yeah, Kendrick Lamar, you know, one of the best modern rappers, by far. Duh. Yeah, this is a really good this is a really good album. Next, we have Bottomless Pit by Death Grips. Now, Death Grips, you hear that and you probably think it's like a like heavy metal or death metal band or something, but it's not. It's an experimental rap trio. They're definitely difficult for beginners to get into. Like, if you've never heard anything from them before and you want to get into them, it takes some getting used to, trust me. But they're really good once you do get used to them. You start picking up on things, and this is one of my favorite albums by them and one of the two that I own. So yeah, Bottomless Pit by Death Grips. Next we have what is actually my least favorite album by this person, but still a really good album, and I still really like it. Even though it's my least favorite, I still really like it. This is Flower Boy by Tyler, the Creator. And yeah, it's interesting. It's different from almost everything he's ever made before this. But it's still good. Like I said, it's still good. Yeah. It's Flower Boy by Tyler, the Creator. Next, we have another album by an artist that I really like that it's not one of their bests, but it's still really good, just like Flower Boy. I still really like it though. This is Come Down Machine by The Strokes. Also, sorry, if these are all backwards. I can't tell right now, but if the titles are backwards in the video on the actual records, well, whoops. Yeah, that album, The Strokes are like a garage rocky band. Really good. I really like them. One of my favorite bands of all time, if not my favorite band of all time. And that album is them going in a more experimental direction. And it was a big change in their discography. Even though it is their last full-length album, it's their last LP to date. They released one EP 2 years later, and it's been quiet ever since. Rest in peace. Next, we have what is undoubtedly one of my favorite albums of all time. If you paid attention in one of my previous videos, you might have seen the poster for it on my wall. This is Virtue by The Voids. Same lead singer as The Strokes, completely different music. It's still rock, it's just a lot more experimental. That's why it's cool. In The Strokes discography, you can definitely see a change in the music he was making. Then you come to this album, even though this came out just last year in March. I'm making this as in April 2019. So, but yeah, really good album. I recommend it if you're into like any like rock stuff and you want to get into something a little more experimental but still like pretty accessible. And yeah, Virtue by the Voids. Next we have kind of a black sheep in my record collection, because it's not an album that I really love. I do like it. This was the first time after I got it on vinyl that I listened to it all the way through, and I actually really enjoyed it, but it's still not my favorite. And in fact, I have an album by them that is my favorite album by them, also on vinyl, that I'll show off later. This is Camp by Childish Gambino, his first, as far as I know, first full-length LP on a record label. And you can tell it's his first time, but it's still good. It's still good. And it aged not too poorly, but he's definitely done a lot better since then. So, yeah. Now we have the Void's first album. They only have 2 albums, the one I'm about to show you and Virtue. This is Tyranny by the Voids, which came out in 2014. Miles more experimental than Virtue. But still really good in its own right. Still one of my favorite albums of all time. Still really good. It's just, I would not recommend this. If you want to listen to the Voids, listen to Virtue, okay? Come to this later, okay? It has a lot of, it has a lot of voice effects and things that are just, yeah, that's Tyranny by the Voids. Next, we have the aforementioned Damn by Kendrick Lamar. Still good album, but like I said, not my favorite Kendrick Lamar album anymore. But it's still really good. It's different because it definitely shows a change for him, because he was making more maybe jazz-inspired music on Butterfly. That's not the best word, but that's all I can come up with right now. And Damn has a lot more beats that are influenced by like trap and things like that with the style of drums. But it's still really good in its own right. Like, it's still a good album. Not my favorite anymore, but I still really like it. So yeah, on to the next one. The next album is a classic. I listened to it once and I fell in love with it instantly. This is Are You Experienced by the Hendrix Experience. It's really good. It's some of the best guitar work on any album of all time, by far. Though the thing about this is that I first listened to this album on Spotify, and it has like a bunch more songs for some reason. Like, this one stops at Are You Experienced, and it doesn't have like Stone Free or anything. So kind of disappointed with the vinyl, but one of my favorite albums by far. So yeah, that is Are You Experienced by the Hendrix. Next is my favorite Childish Gambino project, Awaken My Love, where the very popular meme song Redbone came from. But Redbone's a good song. I like it. But yeah, it's a really good album. Some people disagree with me. I think it's one of the best albums ever, by far. It's so good. I think for me, Childish Gambino works more as like a singer than a rapper, and like the type of music he's making on Awaken My Love compliments him more, in my opinion. Donald Glover really shines on Awaken My Love. So yeah, we're getting pretty close to the end here. We only have 2 more, and then we're all done. So yeah. Yeah. This is Year of the Snitch by Death Grips. Definitely a weird one. The first Death Grips project I ever listened to. I don't like it as much as I did when I first listened to it, but I still really like this album, and it's one of those albums that works a lot better on vinyl, because it's really complemented by vinyl, because if you listen to the digital release, the mix is a little rocky. There's a lot of songs where the rapper MC Ride, his voice is buried under this very like a lot of heavy and like crowded like instrumentals, so you can't hear him very well on a lot of songs. And because this is the first album where he started like kind of mumbling, which is weird. It's different music for them, and a lot of it's more rap influence than Death Grips has ever been. But yeah, really good, and a lot better on vinyl than the digital release. So if you're gonna listen to this album, I would go ahead and listen to it on digital first, and then if you like it without the proper version, go pick it up on vinyl. Yeah. Last but not least is my second favorite album of all time, Is This It by The Strokes. A lot of people say it's the best Strokes project. I mean, you could argue that, but their second album, the one after this, Room on Fire, which I do not own, I almost bought it, didn't buy it. I'm working on it, though. It's my favorite album of all time, the Room on Fire, but Is This It is still really good. It's still really, really, really good. I mean, it's my second favorite album of all time. It's the most raw Strokes album, because a lot of the later ones are kind of overproduced a little bit in comparison to the sounds on the first two, which is why I like them more, because it's yeah, it's more raw. But yeah, ignore that. I don't know why I did that. This is supposed to be a serious video. Yeah. That's gonna be it for today's video. I might make one that's not serious later, cause yeah, I just felt like making this. Anyways, yeah. Bye. Thanks for watching.